Hey Legionnaires, and welcome back. We're here with another 1212 AD siege for you today, and we are here at Constantinople with a massive 4v4, and we have some interesting factions here today. Christendom is at each other's throats. There is a Christian civil war, you could say. There is a whole bunch of different factions here. We have Antioch fighting here. We have also got Jerusalem, I believe, out here. We have England, and the final faction is Milan, fighting together hand in hand, and they are together facing off against the Holy Roman Empire. They have the French to face. They have Epirus, and way in the back over here, who else do we have? We have Trier. So some really cool factions here today, and this is apparently an insanely close siege battle here on Constantinople. So I'm excited to see how this one goes down and who wins this one. For sure, it will be a glorious one. I am expecting some really fun tactics and some brutal choke point fights. So yeah, definitely make sure to stick around and enjoy this one. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new on here, and a comment show your support. As we work towards 8k subs now, we hit 7k, and I guess now we're on the road towards 8k. Got a little way off, but yeah. I am really looking forward to what we can do with the channel, and this siege hopefully is going to show off what is to come on the channel. More epic battles and sieges and more epic streams. Yeah, this amount of Templar Knights in here actually doing okay against Pieton levies. I mean, they are light spears. They should be crushing these, being crushed by heavy shock. I think everything is either tier 1 or tier 2 in today's battle, but don't quote me on that one. We have dismounted cannons of the Holy Sepulchre going in now. Great to see Antioch here. We always see Jerusalem, but we never see like Antioch often. That's great. Yeah, great to see Antioch here, and they are now getting stuck in with their shock infantry against these Pieton levies once again. These Pieton levies don't stand much of a chance. They've got another unit here, but I don't think setting them in will also either help. On the walls over here, we have more dismounted cannons of the Holy Sepulchre. I guess maybe like their tier 1 units are much better for Antioch. I don't really know what their tier 2 is like. I guess it's just like maybe basic sergeants, but they are heavy melee, so they should do pretty well. On the wall, or coming off the walls now, we have dismounted Cyprian Knights of Jerusalem. They are looking like they're going to get engaged with some Trier spearmen. And we've got some pole arms as well coming up. We've got Epirus has got some pole arms coming up. I guess Epirus is like the one in charge of Constantinople now. Nicaea is gone. The Latins are no longer here. So maybe they're the ones now in charge. It looks like we've got some fire throws on the wall over here. Are these guys going to try and fire now on like this tower? If they do, this will be hilarious if this works. Just burn a tower to the ground. Yeah, I think they're going to try, aren't they? Look at this. I don't know if this will actually work. Oh yeah, it does. Fire damage of 20%. This is a big waste though. These fire throwers better using their fire against like blobbed up units. Yeah, they need to get just off the wall. That was a bit of a waste. Artillery here being hit. Trebuchets under fire. And we got some Anglo-Varangioi down here. We got Latincon as well waiting. So we got some good solid shock infantry. Oh my gosh, look at this blob that's waiting here. We've got lots of Vigila and pole arms waiting as well. What is the other side? We've got some English foot knights, so it seems like they won't be charging through there anytime soon, that is for sure. But yeah, they haven't really fought for the walls at all, have the defenders. Really surprised there. Oh, a tower coming down has killed a bunch of Cyprian knights. That is not a good start to this fight. Numbers here today, we have 7,300 attackers. They've already lost 200, and the enemy, or the defenders, have 6,800, and they've already lost about 300 men as well. So it's about a lot of men just been killed there. A lot of dismounted Templar Knights. Oh, this is why you need to be careful when you're sending up troops and capturing gates and stuff like that, because you lose so many men. Oh, that's such a waste. Such a sad sight. I bet that's, yeah, brought down their like losses by at least 100 or so there. But it's about a 13,000 man siege here today. And it already looks glorious. Dismounted Antiochian Knights in here. The shock infantry seems like it's doing okay. Crossbows on the wall over here as well, trying to support. We now have Milan landing. And it looks as though over here, this is the Holy Roman Empire. They're retreating. they're like, you know what? If everyone else isn't defending the walls, we won't defend the walls. Yeah, Pieton levies look like they're going to be defeated here. They'll be the first unit to rout today. And these are to dismount Templar Knights. A shock infantry variant. A very cool looking shock infantry variant. Why Jerusalem doesn't have this variant, I don't know, but maybe it's just to like make Antioch kind of like a viable faction, I guess. Like, people want to play Templars, you have to play as Antioch. I mean, I quite like Antioch. I think they got some solid units. They also got a great colour scheme, blue and red. Oh, like you can see the Pavi spear here. I really like the blue and the red they're going on. Looks very nice. These crossbows up here, yeah, on this flank, got some really good angles onto the units down here. So yeah, definitely need to get more shots on these guys. Ambush troops have been detected? Oh, these guys apparently were ambushed. Wow, okay. Fair enough. But yeah, if you want to send in your own 1212 AD replays and you want to get involved, like be featured on the channel, or you want to get involved, like I said, in some streams or in some scenarios, feel free to join the Discord links down below in the description of this video. And that was a pretty nasty charge there by Imperial Ritter onto more Hospitaller Knights, dismounted ones. That is going to be brutal. Imperial Ritter doing quite well there, for sure. And the swords coming in Cyprian Knights, I mean, they need to get some spears or some of their own cav in here to counteract this. Or they just need to engage the sword now, so that the cav can't come back out. But yeah, that is pretty damn nasty. And the fire throws over here, they're chasing all these Jerusalem troops, and Jerusalem, yeah, is in a rough spot. The fire throws here, trying to get into range. Oh, they're going to turn around and rush these fire throwers. Can they do it in time? Fire throwers, yeah, they can't ready up in time. Oh no. And what do we have here? Cyprian Knights, yeah, they're rushing, and they're going to try and catch them, and they have caught them. They have caught them ever so slightly, not that many, but they've caught enough. And now we have the spears coming in, and they're running off. Yeah, they're not going to engage that spear line. Really good tactic, though, is to burn this city down to the ground. Settlement damage. I mean, Constantinople, really well-connected city. It's very easy to burn a lot of this city very quickly, in my opinion. So it looks like, I don't know who is using their artillery for it. Looks like, oh, this one over here, this is Jerusalem. So he's just shelling the city over here and just burning it. And it's not a bad idea. And because most of the city will catch alight very quickly. Yeah, he's really going for it. And when you bring the city down enough, morale takes a massive dip. Like a massive dip. So that could be a real problem for the defenders later on. We've got Latincon up here on the walls there, taking on English foot knights. I mean, there's so much going on in this siege. I love it. But yeah, the Latincon over here getting stuck in. And this is one of the good things about Epirus. Makes them a viable faction. They have a lot of available shock at different tiers. I think these Latincon on tier 3. Oh, tier 2, sorry. But you can bring tier 3 as well. And, like, most of the Byzantine factions can only bring one shock infantry. Like, if you're just doing, like, a certain tier, you can only bring one shock infantry. And that's Anglo-Evangel. As you can see, they have been brought their tier 2 as well. But, yeah, it's a bit of a weakness for the Byzantines, really. But, yeah, they are pretty nasty, the Anglo-Evangel. Though they are kind of getting chewed up here. This is by English foot knights, yeah, they're losing to them. Kind of surprising, the chevrons on these guys as well. Not really sure why they're losing so badly, but there you go. An artillery piece in here, right, like one volley in there, and that is going to do a lot of damage. Cav coming around, who is this? Oh, this is the, Epirus is like heavy shock cav going in, and this is going to be painful for Jerusalem. Oh boy! That is brutal. I'm not even going to try and pronounce the name of this unit. It's Hippovada Tatoy, I think it is how you say it. Saying that quickly, though, is very hard. This unit is brutal. It also looks gorgeous, I'd just like to add. They just need to put some Francomati spears. Put those spears in the in this choke point here. And the Cav's not coming out again. Also, the crossbows on the wall should scare off like Cav a decent amount as well. They didn't get too many kills like on the Cav, but yeah, did a bit. Oh, over here, the choke point is looking messy. What is going on? We have Templars from Antioch in here. Templar Cav. And they're trying to, and they are going to pull through. I'm pretty sure they just pulled through this sword unit here. Bit of a shame to see, because they're now going in after more Desperado Chevaliers. Not a bad charge. They shouldn't really been able to do this charge. Yeah, getting some pretty... Yeah, getting a few kills. Yeah, this is when the damage comes in afterwards. Not too bad. There's plenty of other cav over here, but the reason they're pulling through, the Templars are losing a lot of men for that, I think. Well, still at 34, they're still healthy. And they're engaged. Gendarmes down here losing decisively. Not sure what they're losing to. There's a lot of cav down here. I mean, I would try and rush in more cav of my own if I was the attackers, maybe. I mean, this dismounted French Chevalier is not going to hold if you were to throw in, say, the Milanese cav. Well, you can send in pole arms as well. It would also be a good counter, but I guess there's a lot of ammo still lingering around at this moment in time. Well, the cannons of the Holy Sepulchre down here. I think they've just annihilated the unit that was on the wall, and now they're coming down for seconds. Really dealing with these sergeants pretty effectively. But yeah, this choke point over here looking very messy, and we're actually going to see another charge here. Imperial Ritter looks like they're coming for seconds on these dismounted Hospitaller Knights. This is why you bring some spears. People say, oh, spears in a siege. They are kind of handy, certainly in the case when the enemy brings a lot of cav, because how are you going to deal with this cav? Is just going to keep throwing in swords? Or your shock infantry? Actually, they retreated. Look at that. I mean, it also is why you bring your own cav, because, yeah, you could counter the enemy cav with your own cav, but yeah, Jerusalem's in a messy position because of that, really. We've got more dismounted, we've got more, like, English foot knights here on the wall. Doing a pretty decent job. Latin Con are being defeated. Yeah, I mean, actually for England, like, fighting on this wall, seems like they're doing a really good job. I mean, it helps that, like, Empress is just not using, like, his mortar toy guard and stuff to shoot the guys on the wall. Like, he's just not using his archers at all, effectively. Has he got more back here? And then this is, like, Trier. Trier's kind of been, like, the guy in reserve, by the looks of it. It doesn't seem like Empress has got anything back here. So it seems like Empress, yeah, just brought, like, one arch unit, and there was a mortar toy guardsman. Oh, no, he's got another one on the wall. Yeah, has another mortar toy guard on the wall there. So he brought 2 arch units, and then that was it. Archers, I think, are great for siege. I mean, you really need them. Oh, the crossbows here just firing at these, at this cavalry. This is brutal, and they got the spears behind. So yeah, this is just retreat this cav. Like, why is this cav not gone? Like, it's just wasting itself being stood here. But it looks gorgeous, and it's gonna go for a charge. See whether the crossbow's not paying attention. Oh, brutal charge into those crossbows. You know what? Good play there by Empress. You know what? He's like, you know what? I'm going to get a shot. I'm going to get a charge off first. I mean, he's lost still a lot of cavalry, down to 25 now. And the spears are going to charge forward and retaliate. And the cav's going to counter-charge. This could be brutal for the spears. Spears are pretty good in a spear formation. They're going to shield wall. But yeah, when they're broken up like that, yeah, look at that. Francomardi spears taking a big L. This cav is now starting to die. It's getting just stuck in combat, and that is probably going to be the death of that Empress cav. But it's looking really good over here. I mean, this Imperial Ritter, he's got insane amount of kills. I mean, really, Antioch and Jerusalem over here have done a really messy job of taking this point. Milan over here with his Guardia Ducal, a very heavy polearm unit. Bringing them up. Very good to see. It seems like both sides over here losing. I mean, that is what happens in war. There are no winners, only losers. Muni da, like they're shocking to appear actually, not Umuni da arm. But yeah, they shot these crossbows on here. I think are just firing down into the sergeants, getting so many easy kills. And now look at this. We're now seeing heavy shock cav on its way coming forward. They're going to come after these peasant crossbowmen. I mean, this is just brutal. It's like the high chivalry of Milan just cutting down the peasants of Germany. What a brutal, brutal day that is for them. And it doesn't look like they're going to get out of there at all. They're not going to be able to save them. Oh, maybe. We've got some pikes coming forward. Will Milan pull out of that fight? I don't know. Oh, he did at the last minute. Very, very close. Then we've got a charge over here. We actually have pole arms in it as well. And they're losing to shock infantry. We've got Hospitaller Knights and dismounted Cyprian Knights going in. But these pole arms taking a real beating. I wonder if it's because they're getting shot at by crossbows as well. Not sure. Here are the mortar toy guard though, but they look amazing. Like tier 2 mortar toy guard, looking mighty fine. We've got more Cav. Is this another... Oh, this is a Stratiotes. Stratiotes? I don't know how you pronounce that, but they're in there. Where are the... we've got Vada Toy now in here, which are a nice elite infantry as well. Look at the... I just love the look of these, like, new Byzantines. They look great. Look at that guy. I would be scared if I saw him charging towards me. Where is the Mortar Toy Guard? Are they up here? The spears have not been thrown up here. England's having a rough time, put it like that. He's running out of mainline infantry. He's only got the heavy billman left. And Cav. I mean, he's got his archers as well as retinue longbows. But yeah, it looks like this could be... England could die at this gate. Oh, he charged through as well? Oh, England. No. Should have just charged over the wall, man. Not worth it at all. You just like get burned by oil. And then you have a dismounted Templar here as well. Jeez, what a waste. Like, I mean, they're just wasting infantry, good infantry, just charging through at pole arms through a gate. If the gate was undefended, maybe. Maybe worth it. But you just lose a whole load of men to oil. Fighting in the gate. So many. These pole arms here holding the line for now. Oh, looks like another pull through here by Jerusalem. No surprise. We did see one earlier with the Templars. Losing decisively. I mean, this is the thing. Pulling through is just not worth it. We need to start a hashtag to no pull throughs. I mean, look, it's causing this pole arm to break because he's been pulled through. Look, we're going to see the Stratios here just shut this down and quickly break the sword unit. He deserves this. He deserves this. Like, he pulled through. He cheated. Loses his infantry for that. And it's certainly in this stage of the game, when the defenders have so many reserves, what's the point pulling through? That unit's just going to get killed off by a reserve unit. Yeah, it seems like the HRE barely committed. Really hardly committed anyone. I mean, they got some good units back here. Got dismounted Imperial Ritter, which is technically a sword unit, but they actually have a double-handed sword. So they act like a shock infantry unit, really. It's kind of a sneaky little thing you can do as the HRE. Just bring them. Got artillery shots coming in against these crossbows. Yeah, that big shield's not going to stop a big fiery ball of justice. This is the HRE Trebuchet firing back here. I'd say this for big blobs or for things like pole arms, but there aren't too many big blobs, to be fair. Cav now just stuck in combat here. The Empress needs to get that out of there. The longer that shock Cav stays in combat, the worse it's going to be. It is shock Cav. It only goes in for shock, not for melee. It's in the name. Vigila there, they look like they're going to break, and the pole arms here looking really rough. Yeah, these crossbows can fire all the way from up here, down here, and actually can turn the fate of this battle. Kind of nuts. Vada de Toy going in. Do they have two Vada de Toy? Yeah. I guess Empress can bring multiple Vada de Toy, or is that a different tier unit? Well, that's the tier 2, and they brought the tier 1 as well. Ah, I see. So yes, I guess you can technically be more than one Vada de Toy, but I think most of the Byzantine factions can do that. England here just waiting patiently. You really shouldn't charge through there. Just wait. Just get your archers now up on this wall. You captured this part of the wall. Now you use this siege tower and you get your longwomen up on that wall and you focus down these pole arms and these spears and you can just burn through these units. It's really, really effective. Same as well, just getting like up on this wall and you can shoot this general. But they're breaking through it. Empress is in real trouble, actually. We're now seeing Trier come forward to commit troops. Trier Pike Militia. And the Vada de Toy is still here. And Trier's also committing spears. But yeah, Trier is, no, sorry, Trier. Empress is now cut off. It can't get back off the walls like a, well, actually it can. It can go down here and round, I guess. But it's nearly cut off. It's very nearly. I mean, they haven't got much left of Trier. Empress, sorry, but they've got a bit left. And these Mortar Toy Guard have so much ammo. They would be useful for late game. I mean, if I was maybe one of the attackers, I'd just cycle charge these swords that are just stood here waiting. Like, if you're gonna just stand swords in the front line, I'll cycle charge them. Same on this side, sergeants, you could cycle charge these guys. You could bounce off the two of them if you wanted to.
Our gates have fallen to the enemy.
The gates have fallen. Again, that probably has done a lot of damage to infantry up on this wall. Towers falling down. Actually, no, this is the only one which doesn't have, like, towers that would fall down. Because that would kill a whole bunch of these spears and pikes. That would be a pain. Actually, oh no, this one's already been captured. So they captured it, the English, and they've now lost it. Okay. Spearman over here killing off what looks like the remains of the Vardas toy here, trying to get off the wall. He's looking at these poor Vardas toy like, please, excuse me, let me through. I think finally Epirus is dawned on him that he's about to get trapped, and he's trying to get his pole arms out of there. Templar Knights getting ready for maybe a charge. We could charge into the Vardas toy. No, or they could skip round if they wanted to and could go for all of this back here, which is what I would go for. Try and do damage to Epirus. Get his general. Get him quick. Well, they're in amongst the mortar toy guard instead now. Again, not a bad place to be. It's archers. A healthy, well, it was a healthy and had plenty of ammo with this unit of archers, but might not anymore. We've got, not I would say it's Trier, but it's not, it's France. France has brought us some gendarmes. Coming over to help his allies. Oh, a lot of cav coming over. Wow, okay, so France, Trier, and the HRE all providing cav to come over here, and they're going to try and, I guess, cycle charge and stop as much of this enemy as possible. Oh, gosh. Oil again, and they charge through now. Why didn't they charge through earlier when they held the walls? But yeah, look at this, a whole bunch of Templars dying to oil. What a waste! How is the sense looking? Okay, they're setting pole arms forward. These guys are getting focused down by crossbows behind them. Just keep pushing these pole arms. Unless that sword unit stays here, then you can't. How much is the settlements on fire? Literally only 1%. Wow. I thought more of it would catch a light by now. I mean, there's a lot smoking. But yeah, I would keep burning more. I mean, this one's out of ammo. It looks like their trebuchet over there is out of ammo as well. I would definitely... You should have burned as much as possible. They look like they took out a lot of towers with artillery. Should have just burnt more of the settlement. It's a much more effective thing to do. Here we go. Templar Knights, heavy shock cav in prolonged melee. And they're dying. It also doesn't help that there are Trier Elector Guard in there, which are an excellent cavalry unit. But let me know in the comments who you're fighting for. Who you rooting for? The defenders? Or are you rooting for the attackers? I mean, some cool factions on both sides. France here. Look at that, the officer getting ready. He's like, come on, men! Prepare for battle. Trier Spearmen. Look like they're going to flank around these Francomanni spears. They're bringing up more spears. Jerusalem. Some spear battle going on here. I mean, it's one of the most common weapons on the battlefield. Nothing surprising there, but then they go. This could go on for a long time, the two spears fighting it out. Pole arms over here, though, look like they should be safe now. But the Milanese going in, dealing with this French Chevalier, and now these pole arms can just push forward and start doing their pokey on the French Chevaliers. And it seems as though the crossbows may be back here. Can't get any good angles. So France in a little bit of a pickle there. Seems like Antioch over here as well, in a little bit of a pickle, not knowing what to do. Antioch and Knights going in against Holy Roman Empire bodyguard. The HRE committing his general, his bodyguard here. This is a risk if they can't get him out. And they're just throwing him into a fairly healthy Antiochian knight. All they have to do is get some swords in there or something, and they can kill this general off. And that could do massive problems for the HRE. That's going to be a huge problem. A good charge coming on here from Milan. Well, I say that. They actually didn't really smash through the unit, but yeah. This is what you need to do. They're just going to stand swords there. Just say, fine, I'll just charge your swords with my cavalry. They could probably annihilate this unit if they wanted to. Or they could cycle charge. Like, just bounce off and now hit the spear unit here. I mean, I wouldn't charge the spear unit, but you could if you wanted to. Pike's coming up is scared off all the cav by the looks of it. And the HRE generals got out of there. The Holy Roman Emperor himself getting out of there. Over on this side, it seems as though Jerusalem is just not making progress. Balance power, by the way, looking very close on numbers. Balance power is still slightly in favor of the attackers. But yeah, the defenders got down those numbers. The disadvantage is not really there. Quality of infantry might be, though. That's what matters. And also, they keep sending in their generals like this. This is a big risk by the defenders. This cav is finally starting to waver and break. The general, he's still going strong. There are spears now coming in to support Pavis spears here. They could cause some problems, but the general's found a gap in the line. He's getting out of there. Dismounted elected knights now joining. This is turning into a, well, I thought it was going to be a very quick combat for the attackers, now turning into a bit of a prolonged thing. English knights now inside. The gate has been recaptured. The English did an interesting job of it, put it like that. They lost a lot of their army. I mean, a lot of the attackers lost a lot of their army, I feel like, attacking. Milan still has a decent amount of infantry. And he's got things like gunners as well, which is excellent, because they're going to be really key. But the pole arms scaring off these dismounted knights. Now we've got crossbows behind them. They're just going to fire point blank range. You can't miss, boys. It's like training for all the crossbows. Just keep firing, you can't miss.
Forget the enemy! Be afraid of me!
And here we go. The pole arms are in chase. Are they going to catch any of these troops? I don't know. Really, they could do with some cav. Oh, speaking of cav, there is a Milanese cav unit over here that is just massacring swords. It's massacring them. Templar Knights here. Pavi spears. I mean, look, the next line is a spear sergeant. Pikes behind. The problem is going to be pikes. They didn't really bring many of their own. I mean, there are some Milanese pole arms and some, looks like some English pole arms, but that is it. The pole arms don't have the reach of pikes. There are HRE in here with their big double-handed swords, a Zweihander cutting through men. And the pike, coming in now to support. I mean, these guys, they might be like militia almost. They're pretty damn nasty. This soldier unit should start to suffer, I imagine. But as you can see, the attackers have got deep in on this side. They may have lost a lot of men, but they got in deep. They're getting quite close to the main cap point. But yeah, hard to say. I was going to try and open the map a bit more and show you guys, but yeah, I mean, you can see, like, this is what I call, like, the halfway point here when you get to this spire. After that, you are about halfway to the main cap point, which is about back here. But yeah, I mean, they're coming in closer, the English, and looks like also Jerusalem and Trier, not Trier, Antioch coming up close to that halfway point. Got a few units yet to break through. Got Electro Trier Spearman there waiting. Where is the... I saw there was an arch unit that was on a barricade, but I've lost it. Entirely lost it. Maybe it wasn't real, you know. Maybe it wasn't real. Yeah, looking a little rough for attackers. I mean, numbers... Oh, they've actually opened up a gap again. 600 left for... 600 man difference. And 4,000 for the attackers. 3,600 for the defenders. So they've opened a little bit of a gap, which is good to see. And in they go, dismounted Templar Knights going in. They're going to chop through these boys as quickly as possible. Get going, boys. Chop them down.
Enemy units have been rallied.
And these spear sergeants there getting absolutely crushed by those dismounted Templar Knights. And as we know, shock infantry very good against spears, so they should do well. Crossbows here just firing on spears. I don't think that's going to really achieve a lot. Cav actually got really deep there. Look at this, they got really deep. They actually took out these trebuchets. I don't know if the crew's still alive. Yeah, it's still alive, some of them. But yeah, the Holy Roman Emperor and some shock infantry had to come over here and deal with them. That's how deep they got. I mean, they still got more cav, but yeah, that was a bit of a win. Slowing down the retreat of that trebuchet. We've got a good combo here of heavy billmen and shock infantry from the English. Don't know if they needed to commit both their billmen, but they have. Yeah, the English should do pretty well here. They should win that fight. I mean, you can see already Trieste Spearmen starting to lose. They need to also start pushing. Oh, I thought you could push down here, but you can't. It gets blocked off by a strategic wall. But yeah, I mean, to be fair, Trieste kind of running out of stuff. Their general's quite close to the front line. Looks like maybe France and the HRE now maybe have the most left for the defenders. HRE's kind of stretched out a long way. They're all over the place. They got their famous 2x2 formation. Very scary formation. And they actually just smashed through the speed. I didn't think they would, to be honest, with a shock cap, but they did very effectively. They can't charge into the next unit, which is in fact pikes. But they can get those crossbows up and they can start focusing down these pikes for sure. Really they should get into the cav unit and see if they can just stop this trebuchet from escaping. Bring up maybe some pole arms as well. Which they do have here, just to support in case the general decides to get involved. Yeah, we'll go back to where the English are fighting. Do quite enjoy watching the English, being an Englishman myself. We got retinue longbows over here. They're doing their best. The famous longbows of England. They're very bloodied up, but they've seen a bit of action, I guess. Yeah, they're focusing down those Trieste Spearmen, helping to break them. Really helping the Milanese out there, which is good to see. Good bit of teamwork. That's always the best way to win a siege, teamwork. You can't just be narrow-minded and working on. Yes, and here we go. Look at this. Pole arms moving up. With the support of the cav, they should be able to take out these trebuchets, you imagine. They snuck and got in there now and slowed them down. They could stop them from getting back. We've got a general charging in again. Good charge there by the cavalry. Again onto the sergeants here.
The enemy have rallied their
And the general, he needs to be careful. Now we're going to see spears and shock infantry coming in here. Templars and Pavy spears of Antioch. And they're going to chop through these boys. But I mean, you got to remember that one of these is a dismounted Imperial Ritter. Okay, forget it. I'm taking it back. They're losing decisively. I was going to say, these guys are basically shock infantry, but they are getting screwed over at the moment by the Tier 2 Templar Knights. Look at that spear line, looks glorious. Oh, and the pikes are retreating at the wrong time. These trebuchets have not got out of there in time just yet. And look at this massive stream of cavalry, pikes, everything. The charge here from the English Knights would be great onto this sword unit. Yeah, here we go. Dismounted elected Knights. They're about to feel the full force of the English chivalry. Oh boy! That was pretty nasty. Are they going to carry on through? That guy just went, what? Look at you! Where did you go? Got a bit excited, didn't you? Got a bit excited. And he managed to get out of there. Oh no, he didn't. He's still there. He's going to die. This is what happens when you get excited. You get kicked off your horse and you're going to die. I want to watch him die. To prove my point. No? Are you going to get... Wow, he actually got out of there. What a brave man. Yeah, this dismounted elected knight just got absolutely demolished. Actually demolished. And look at that. They actually managed to get the trebuchet. I expected they would. They kind of were just a bit... I don't know really what they were doing with defending it. They had the pikes ready and then they didn't. By the way, there's a lot of gendarmes back here for the French, which are, I guess, being held in reserve. And maybe like a sneaky little... trap they're setting up. And they keep throwing the pikes forward like this. They're not pike stacking, which they really should do. They should give Pavi's spears to support that pike line. Dismounted elected knights. Chopping them up. And yeah, these dismounted elected knights, they're gonna die pretty quickly. They are dead. King's bodyguard of Jerusalem. At least I think it's Jerusalem. Yeah, this one is Jerusalem. Yeah. Jerusalem's not got much left, I don't think. I think they're mainly dead. I haven't seen much of their army left. Cyprian knights, yeah, I've seen like a few little battered shock infantry, maybe some crossbows. Yeah, they're really like low men. What is up here? Oh, they got some stuff up here. They got some swords fighting in the front lines here against Trier. Good to see Jerusalem still alive somewhere, you know. They got to lead the line. They're the main boys when it comes to crusades. Dismounted Cyprian knights. Gotta get through all of these Trier spearmen. That is a brutal, brutal fight they've got to deal with. Trier Pavi's crossbows. They're out of there. They're like, nah, not today. Pavi's spears. They've got to go through a pike stack. This is a Trier pike militia and also dismounted elected knights. A pretty nasty combo here. This is why you need to pike stack, because then it makes it much more difficult to just shoot like the pikes. If they're on their own, it's much easier. Like over here, this is going to be very easy. Oh my gosh, whose general's in really... Oh, we have the Emperor's general is in real bad state, but that's no surprise. He was in a bit of a mess earlier, down by the walls, and then we're going to see the Milanese general take advantage of that, and he's going to cut down this general. I think this might be him here. I don't know, he looks in purple, you know, that's what the Emperor kind of looks like, and then he's dead. Yeah, I think that was him, that we just saw him get stabbed in the gut and die. And now we're seeing Milanese crossbows. They are focusing down the HRE pikes here. And this is why you pike stack, because that would be much more difficult. But they're running out of swords. They've got like one. Oh, these aren't really swords with shields. Again, they're the shock infantry. Yeah, they have some French chevaliers. They got some sergeants. France still has a lot of infantry. And so does Trier actually have a fair amount. But yeah, they need to get some of those swords over there to maybe just pike stack. I'm going to see the retinue longbow. They're going to just like, look at these guys. They're going to just do like execution level of stuff. And Trier's going to make it easier by charging forward, aren't they? Yeah, they're going to charge forward, and they're going to make this much easier now for the attackers. Yeah, they shouldn't get up that. They shouldn't be baited like this, because eventually they'll be baited out, and they'll just be killed by, say, the cav or something back here. I mean, this could be a prime opportunity though for the gunners. Got the Milanese gunners here. They could maybe come up and they could just gun their way through everything. And it looks like they are going to be used. I was going to say over on this side. Looks like... Oh, don't pull through. Please, please, please. Again, look at this. Got Jerusalem pulling through. Very scummy. Very scummy. Caught red-handed pulling through there. It's such a cheesy thing to do. Like, Trier's holding here, and he's going to lose. He's not really holding here very well. And it's not like you are, like, balance of power, it's not like it's a close game. You need to, like, to pull through it. Like, it is fairly close. But, like, it's not like, the balance of power's in your favor. It's not like you need to, like, cheat to win. There's a good chance you could win this. Why pull through and risk all that? Gonna say you're gonna fire? We're waiting on you, Milan. Give us a good volley. A volley to be proud of. Nope, just the English are going to keep firing. Okay. They are doing a lot of damage to those militia pikes, to be fair. Yeah, look at this. They're into the back line. I mean, then it's going to get shut down very quickly. You can see here, dismounted Elector Knights. Shock infantry variant are coming up. And they are going to charge straight into the back of those swords. I bet I would be... not surprised if these swords try and pull through. Yeah, look at that. They're going to try and pull back through the unit. Look at that. They're going to try and pull back through the unit they already pulled through to avoid the shock infantry. That is hilarious. He knew what mistake he made. And he knew he was vulnerable to the enemy. And he lost his unit. And rightfully so. Jerusalem should not pull through. I can't stand it. Like I said, it's one of my pet peeves in like Total War. Like, because it's cheating and also just like... what do you gain from it? You gain nothing. 9 times out of 10 you'll gain nothing. Unless you... like, people pull through and they pull through badly. Like, they don't realize that you pull through and then you're like, there's a unit behind that can just kill your unit really easily. Yeah, these gunners are actually annihilating the pikes here. And they're doing a lot of morale damage as well. That's what gunners do. And look at that. Yeah, these dismounted Elector Knights. And the pikes all breaking. They're going to rush these gunners, but I think they'll break pretty much instantly on these guns. I don't think they have anything to worry about. The gunners will kill them. And the pikes... this is unfortunate. It's kind of like... It's one of those catch-22. Do you move forward? Do you retreat? Do you give up the point? It's really tough. We've got pole arms here. We've got shock infantry, by the way. Dismount Templars that are running around looking for these cav units. They're going to be supported by Milanese cav, but they need to be careful. They need to wait for the cav. They charge around there, they could get a very nasty surprise and get killed by all this cav here. The French aren't even thinking about engaging. That's hilarious. I'd have this shock infantry just get ready and just, yeah, to start destroying this barricade. Because it's just then another entry point in here, and the gap point's only here. Like, they're very close then. You need to get some crossbows on that wall and gun them down, and they do insanely well, they would. Yeah, still fighting over here. They're nearly... see, like, we're gonna break through eventually anyway. Didn't require these Cyprian Knights to pull through. I mean, I'm sure it's quickened the process. These Billmen, they can't be defeated. Oh, we're gonna have the General of Jerusalem. He's gonna charge in. I'm sure he'll pull through. Oh, he broke them anyway, so it didn't matter. So you didn't need to pull through. In fact, he's gonna retreat. I don't know where he's going, you know. I mean, if I was a general, I'd charge on because there's a good Elector Knight here. That's begging to be hit. It's a really good unit to take out if you can get your general in there. And then, yeah, there's another way now up this street here. And then, so you can attack from both front and, like, both sides. Like, really, really effectively. Good cavalry charge here from the English Knights. Going into an Imperial, like, Ritter, dismounted Imperial Ritter unit here. Really good unit to take out. An Imperial Ritter now look like gonna rush down the down here and maybe deal with these spears. I mean, would have been a good fight for them anyway. They should have probably taken this fight. The Cav now coming in a rear charge. I mean, more dismounted Imperial Ritter going in. Yeah, the shock infantry should do quite well. You imagine. But yeah, the crossbows here focusing down this English Knights. Those English Knights doing really well there. The gunners now moving up to here. They're going to now just get involved in the next wave. I mean, there's a lot stacked up here. I mean, this is dismounted Elector Knights. You got a lot of crossbows here, bizarrely. I would have them in front of the Knights, at least. That would help. The Archbishop Elector of Trier, he's running back. He's realizing we can't stand down there any longer. Dismounted Elector Knights as well. Again, retreating. It's a smart idea. Oh, the Cav did fight over here. They did actually go in the gendarmes. Oh, so the French Cav has been killed off. And we do have another fight here. So the Templars did destroy the barricade. And the French were there, ready to meet them. Who is winning? This man French Chevalier is losing decisively. Not good. Heavy spears getting involved. I mean, there's pole arms and shock infantry here. This sword unit is not in a good spot. More swords coming up. They're gonna need like a shock infantry or a pole arm of their own to deal with that. Unfortunately, yeah, it's hard to say. It's hard to say what's gone wrong in this siege for the defenders. Really, I think they've like left pikes where they didn't need to leave pikes potentially. And I think giving up the walls, I think that's a big mistake. I think Constantinople, it's much easier to hold the walls than it is to hold any other part of the city. Some factions did hold the walls, like Empress tried to. Didn't do the greatest job because I think he didn't bring enough archers or use them well enough. But yeah, like certainly other factions like the French and the HRE did not defend their walls. Good shots are coming from the trebuchet right now. They're getting some good hits onto all these English Knights down here. Billman as well. There's a lot to hit. And yeah, Trier kind of like acts as a reserve faction, which is not a bad idea because there isn't really a lot of room. Oh, a general's been killed. Who lost their general? Oh, Jerusalem. No surprise there, really. If he pulled it through, then yeah, against shock infantry, I'm not surprised. I don't know if he did, but he's been doing that all game, so it's worth questioning if he did do it again. Shock infantry. Look, once the defenders being a bit aggressive, they're actually making some progress. They're killing off a lot of shock infantry. A lot of swords down here with their shock infantry. That's what I was trying to say, but failing to say. But yeah, they're making progress over there. And look, the pikes. This is a problem they've had all game. Like, do I retreat pikes? Do I not? You don't want to commit pikes until like enemy either run out of ammo or like you have to, or like commit them to like combats you're already in. Like for instance, I don't know, like when they were fighting down here, you could have then committed pikes. Good charge here though by the French gendarmes. Really good charge, just annihilating that shock infantry unit. I mean, they're now trying to run away from the spears, the Pavie spears, but they're doing their best. Guardia Ducal actually on the point, just to let you know. They're going to have to combat Sergeant at Arms in a moment. There's also the King of France here. But yeah, it is not looking good. We've got a good charge here though by the Holy Roman Emperor. And they're breaking a lot actually down here. Red New Longbow, a lot of English troops being broken. This is not a good sign actually. Oh my gosh, they're going to turn this around somehow. Yeah, the Holy Roman Emperor just rear charged a whole bunch of infantry here, breaking a lot of them. We're seeing a massive push down here now by the Elector of Trier. He's going to try and go after those spears. I mean, yeah, I think the attackers were expecting an easy win at this point, and now they're realizing they have to bring up reserves, and they've been pushed back quite a way. This general, if I was him, I'd just rear charge all of these infantry units again. But yeah, they're actually pushing, you know, like Milan back quite a way. Problem is that Milan is already in on the point, along with also Antioch.
The men are broken and running for their lives.
Cavalry heads Umini d'Armes trying to take on the King of France. This has not worked out for them, unfortunately. But there you go. That's what happens when you try and go and cut off the head of the snake. I can hear more cavalry. Oh, it's down here. It's Templar bodyguard. Waiting patiently. The pole arms in here, and the swords can't do anything about this. The pole arms are just going to poke them to death, probably. We've got crossbows going in, I think, trying to support against the King of France. Not a bad move. This sword here really needs to flank around or go for the Imperial Ritter. Or have the general do that. But yeah, look at this. Oh, I mean, that's a lot of friendly fire, though. Oh, that did a lot of damage to this Imperial Ritter. But yeah, look at this, though. They pushed back the attackers quite a lot here. Once the defenders are actually kind of a bit aggressive, they've actually got some stuff done. And you wonder if they were a bit more aggressive, if they could have done that and beaten the defenders. Sorry, I mean beat the attackers. But I'm like, not gonna lie, the attackers, some of them not done a great job. I think because the defenders are more than happy to keep retreating. Like, they didn't do a bad job to the attackers, but I think the defenders, since they were more than happy to keep retreating, it just helped the attackers out massively. And it's not over yet. I mean, there's still about 3 minutes to go. I mean, they are on the point, so that does help. But the defenders still have plenty of men left. I mean, what are the numbers? There's only 700 men in it. If you could kill a general and rouse, oh jeez, kill a general. I mean, it might be easy enough if Antioch keeps charging his own general through pike lines. I mean, it is friendly pikes, but it's not a good charge really. You don't charge through your own friendly troops to try and kill enemies already in combat. Not worth it. Pole arms over here look like they're retreating, look like they're out of position. Trying to fight these dismounted Elector Knights. And now we have a Milanese general in here fighting off against Hanseatic infantry. And what is this shocking she's trying to fight? Is this Anglo-Vrangel? No, dismounted Imperial Ritter. I was going to say, I thought the Anglo-Vrangel is long dead. They've looked very reddish, a bit like them. And who do we have here? The King's Bodyguard of England. He is cycle charging currently with the Elector on the Elector's guard down there. I think that's kind of a pull through by Antioch. I don't know. I feel like they were in prolonged melee there, but they're trying to get to this King of France. I think both Crusader states have been both guilty of pulling through today. It does happen. Some people just think it's okay to do, and it's like part of the strategy, part of their strategy. And look at this. The attack is now inside. The crossbows are retreating. I guess the Hanseatic infantry did not fancy carrying on the fight there. And look at that. They also taken the point, so there's a countdown starting. It's 50 seconds that they have to retake the point. I also think we're about to see a rear charge here from the family Amelia Ducal. Probably going to charge onto these dismounted Elector Knights down here, and that is going to be a painful rear charge if we see that just in time. We also have the Archbishop Elector of Trier. He looks like he's going to come out and maybe intercept the Doge of Milan. Will we see this charge time? I don't know. Oh no, he's going to go up here, maybe deal with the Archbishop himself. Possibly. Got Pavy Spears still dealing some brutal spear thrusts down here. Still trying to kill as many Frenchmen off as possible, as you should. Arbalestriers. It looks as though they've just routed the Trier general there, and that is a Pyrrhic victory as they capture the point in time for Milan and its allies. So we'll end the replay and have a quick look at the end results. This one was sent in by Sachex, who was playing as Milan. So thank you very much, Sachex, for sending this one in. It was a glorious fight. I really did enjoy this one. Always great to see some 4v4 on Constantinople. But yeah, we'll quickly have a look at some of his kills. I mean, his general getting 124 kills is not bad. His Guardia Ducal getting 186 kills. His swords, 108, the best got there. His crossbows, 108. Gunner only getting 58 kills. His Cav, though, 289 kills. That is very, very good. And his Bombard only getting 20 kills. I didn't even realize he brought one. But yeah, I don't know if he really used all its ammo or just was using it to open up a lot of breaches. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, well done to him. And then we have Wandera, who was playing as the Principality of Antioch. 91 kills with his General. 343 kills with his Templar Shock. His Cannons of the Holy Sepulchre getting 81 kills. Templar Knights not getting that too many kills. Dismounted Antiochian Knights 116 kills. 202 kills for the crossbows. And then his Cav, yeah, 73 kills. And then we have Bungus playing as the other Crusader army, the Jerusalem army. 149 kills with his Templar Knights. And then we have Dismounted Cyprian Knights getting 115. Crossbows 80 kills and Cav 122. So yeah, nothing like insane there. Then we have Chicken Wolf playing as England. 145 kills with his English bodyguard before he died. Pole Arms getting 96 kills. The English Foot Knights, yeah, nothing incredible there at all. Like 30s. Yeah, they did not do that great with their infantry. 122 kills with the Retinue Longbows. And then English Knights getting 208 and 193 kills. So some good kills there. Then we have K Daddy Hammer playing as Epirus, 170 kills with their general, 150 kills with the Anglo Varangioi, very good there. Polearms, 96 kills, and then Cavalry, 156 kills, 90 kills with the Trebuchet. Fire Throwers only getting 12 kills, sad to see. O. Jenkins playing as the HRE, 383 kills with the Holy Roman Empire, Holy Roman Emperor, sorry, and then 173 kills with the Dismounted Imperial Ritter. Pikes, yeah, just getting focused down. They never really got any chance to kill anyone. Dismounted Imperial Ritter, 143 kills. And then we've got Imperial Ritter, cavalry here, getting 171 kills. Then Blood Hunter playing as Trier, 184 kills with his Elector Knights, and they were still healthy. 187 with the other one. His spears, he brought a lot of spears. Not really getting any kills there. Dismounted Elector Knights, yeah, rough for them. 36 kills, and his Cav, 95. The Major Sharp playing as Franz, 126 kills with his King of France. Then yeah, nothing really with his 48 with his Chevaliers, nothing that great. And then 95 kills with the Gendarmes. Sergeant Arms did get 117, which is not too bad, and his Trebuchet 115 kills. But there you go, guys. That is today's video. Hope you did enjoy. If you did, do remember leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and a comment show your support. And I'll see you in the next one.